say, if at first you get sued and have to pay out $25 million, not only is he dishonest, he's not too bright.
In rain. Phone call from my man Jimmy Kimmel. Jimmy said if Floyd accepts the challenge, that he'll put it on the actual show.
There's no way this man is broke. There's no way.
Yeah.
If he is, I don't know where the money went to.
Is that?
Floyd Mayweather explodes after Jimmy Kimmel publicly questions his exhibition fights and money-grabbing tactics live on air. Kimmel mocks Floyd's obsession with cash, sparking a heated exchange that leaves Mayweather furious and fans stunned by the confrontation.
Pose for this, or was this just...
I guess it's something that they just made up.
It's something made up. Do you think they're going to paint over that when it goes as everyone seems to think it's going to go?
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. You should buy that gym from him and knock it down with a wrecking ball. We can do that. That would be something you could potentially make. How much money could you reasonably walk out of this fight with?
350 million.
$350 million.
Yes.
Wow. I know you love money, right? I mean,
It's cool.
Jimmy Kimmel's blunt questioning intensified the tension, exposing deeper issues beneath Mayweather's glittering image. Experts have long cautioned that reckless spending, risky investments, and unstable income streams can endanger even massive fortunes. For Mayweather, those financial warnings appear to be turning into a troubling and undeniable reality.
this is from Instagram. You're on it looks like a private plane, just with a whole...
No, my private.
Your private plane, sorry. With a whole lot of money, and it looks like a couple of bowls of ketchup, maybe, also. Are you eating this money?
Those are a couple.
Oh, those are coupled, okay. Sorry, I don't have a private plane.
Are you the fool?
What do you do with all this money? I mean, like, do you actually use it? I mean, are you using the cash?
You know, cash is key.
Do you have an ATM card?
I'm the human ATM.
Floyd Mayweather was recently seen strolling through the streets of New York City, confidently pointing at skyscrapers and claiming ownership of multiple properties. He attempted to showcase his ongoing wealth and dominance in real estate, but that image didn't last long. Investigative reports revealed that many of the buildings Mayweather boasted about weren't legally in his name, nor tied to any of his official business entities. This glaring contradiction has only intensified speculation surrounding his financial stability and raised fresh questions about his carefully maintained public image.
What the hell is going on with Floyd Mayweather?
Man, do we got money or not? I don't know what's going on.
I'm lost.
Man, I seen, man, Stephen A was talking about he was bankrupt.
See, I know he came up with this commercial talking about he just invested in this deal that's worth like $402 million. That's dealing with 60 apartment buildings.
Yeah, I heard the nigga bought half of New York.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And so he walking down the street of New York. Yeah, I own that. I own that.
Seen that too.
So some people reached out to the agencies that he's connected with about this deal, and they said no comment.
Let me tell you something. I got a niggas is nosy for no
Nosy
reason.
as hell.
What? What I'm reaching out to these people about they deal for?
You want to talk to you about the Floyd Mayweather deal? They say his name ain't on the paperwork.
I sent him some on something. He looked like a bum.
Floyd?
He was looking like a bum, had like he shaved in months.
Oh yeah, I seen that too.
There's no way this
I
man
seen
is
that
broke.
too.
There's no way.
Yeah.
If he is, I don't know where the money went to.
Is that?
Beyond financial troubles, Floyd Mayweather has faced persistent legal battles that continue to shadow his career. Among the most troubling are lawsuits filed by former girlfriends accusing him of emotional mistreatment, adding deeper controversy to his already controversial image. Court documents revealed extensive details, pointing to a concerning pattern rather than isolated incidents. These ongoing legal disputes have stained his public perception, making it increasingly difficult for Mayweather to separate his legacy from a history weighed down by controversy and unresolved accusations.
Floyd Mayweather, real quick, okay? Somebody sent me a lawsuit. I gotta go through the details, but apparently a few of his girls, strippers at Girl Collection are suing him for lost wages. Okay? Now I wasn't gonna pay attention to this because I was just like, y'all. and you suing him for loss of wages. I'm trying to figure that out. Like, you get your money from the paper. What does he have to do with your money? And so somebody put a little bird in my ear and said this was the beginning of the lawsuit. Okay? They're going to be adding more allegations of harassment and all this stuff. And I was like, hold up, we're in a club. And so apparently there's more to come. All right? But here's my thing. I was like, the last person that filed a lawsuit against him, alleging anything, where's she? Anybody see it?
A recent video surfaced showing Floyd Mayweather spending massive sums on renting extravagant mansions, many of which he doesn't actually use. His tendency to rent rather than own appears driven more by appearances than practicality. Critics argue these lavish choices reveal a desperate effort to maintain an image of endless wealth rather than exercising financial wisdom. For someone who often boasts of being a financial genius, this behavior signals recklessness and poor strategy rather than true financial mastery.
Floyd Mayweather just signed a deal to lease an apartment in Midtown Manhattan. He's going to be paying $100,000 per month for this place. Here's the apartment, you guys. It's got 5 bedrooms, 7 bathrooms, 4,000 square feet, and the place is pretty epic, I'm not gonna lie. The description says that this is a double unit and it is a corner unit, so you got a ton of natural light in here. Do you think this place is worth $100,000 per month? Why would Floyd spend $100,000 a month on this apartment? If I had to guess, it would be a combination of owning something as just kind of a liability. Plus, I'm pretty sure whenever you rent a place versus buy a place for business purposes, you're able to write off more of that lease payment, so if I had to guess, that $100,000 per month is going to be a pretty big write-off for him based on how he plans to use it.
In what appeared to be a calculated act of damage control, Floyd Mayweather released a video flaunting his real estate holdings across the United States. He emphasized a strategic shift from luxury residences to income-producing commercial properties, framing recent home sales as part of broader, carefully planned investment
He's like he's like the Floyd Mayweather of the MMA, the UFC.
I didn't know Conor McGregor was undefeated. I didn't know that he had a reign in MMA for 20 years and undefeated, and was world champion in 5 different weight classes. That's something I didn't know.
Yeah.
So I guess you guys telling me something new. If you say he's a Floyd Mayweather of the MMA,
Well, do you
I mean, if you say he's a Floyd Mayweather of the MMA, I'm trying to find out. Have you ever made $300 million in one night? Have you ever made $100 million in one night? Have you ever made $70 million in one night? So, as far as trying to say that he's a Floyd Mayweather MMA, I mean, it's okay to just to say it, but it's not true. I'm a legend, a living legend. You know, I gave just sport of boxing. I gave years and years of hard work. It was blood, sweat, and tears. Had a tremendous team. Had a tremendous run. I think that it's time for Conor McGregor need to go out there and do what he do. But never compare Conor McGregor to me. That's a total disrespect.
Well,
I mean, once again, I'm an elephant. Elephant don't beef with ants. You know, elephant is so large you don't even see ants.
Floyd Mayweather has long justified his extravagant lifestyle as the rightful reward for years of sacrifice and dedication. He frequently reminds audiences of his humble beginnings, rising from poverty to become one of boxing's most celebrated champions. To him, flaunting wealth represents motivation rather than arrogance. However, not everyone agrees. Boxing icon Mike Tyson once remarked that Mayweather was too into himself, hinting his self-praise borders on delusion. Tyson's words mirror a broader public sentiment. Mayweather's obsession with flaunting riches, particularly during times of global economic hardship, often feels tone-deaf, appearing narcissistic rather than genuinely inspiring to fans.
What lessons do you think Pacquiao and Mayweather could learn from you in terms of life away from the ring?
Well, Floyd seems to be going through some stuff like me right now, you know, like realizing no one's his friend and everybody's probably, even though I even hate to say it, maybe everybody's kind of a little jealous of him, you know, because he is Floyd Mayweather. I know these other guys got their money, but this guy is champ of the world, you know. It's hard to compete with that. So he's pretty big on those scales as far as on the celebrity scale. So he's gonna realize what life is all about, what friends are all about, and realize that we only have a few of them. And sometimes they're the only ones we got. They may not be the ones we want, but they're the ones we have. You know, sometimes we want to have glorious, glamorous friends, but they don't want to be our friends.
Floyd Mayweather's fixation on proving financial superiority resurfaced when he compared his earnings to Anthony Joshua's, boasting about making $74 million in gate revenue without massive crowds. While technically true, the defensive undertone was clear. Analysts viewed the remarks as yet another display of Mayweather's insecurity and his relentless urge to assert dominance over younger, more popular fighters who continue to capture the spotlight he once exclusively commanded.
He said in particular, and then there was also some footage that dropped a couple hours ago on IFL TV that, is the reason I'm making this video. He made some comments about Anthony Joshua and compared, I guess, his, because, he talks about his money a lot, so he compared, I guess, his fight with Pacquiao to Anthony Joshua, and he was saying, basically, they didn't need 100,000 or 90,000 people to do X amount of dollars. Here, I'm gonna let you listen to it. Here's what he had to say verbatim. Here's what Floyd said about Anthony Joshua.
Talk about that. I was in the Guinness Book of World Record for breaking all the records. You didn't tell them that?
Of course you have.
For generating billions in the sport of boxing, that we're having the fastest sellout crowd.
But
I mean, and, those guys done, and I was watching a fight when I was at my Miami house. I was at my Miami home. I was watching a fight with Crystal and the guy Joshua, and they said that this is electrifying, sort of like the Pacquiao and Mayweather. And I said, well, we didn't have to have all those hundreds of thousands to do a $74 million game. So, and like I said before, but those guys put on a hell of a show. Like I said before, I'm just on another planet. And you definitely know. Because you've been around for years. And you see the same thing over and over and over.
Alright, so there you have it. Mayweather basically saying that, he's on another planet and all this stuff, and that, they didn't need 90,000 people and all this stuff, but, let's look at it like this.
Oscar de la Hoya, Mayweather's longtime rival, has openly accused him of hypocrisy. He pointed out that while Mayweather often mocks YouTubers and crossover fighters like Ryan Garcia, he has simultaneously profited millions from the same audiences by dismissing others as influencers while cashing exhibition checks against social media stars. Mayweather contradicts the very standards he criticizes.
Talking about this kid Ryan Garcia. Tank got his followers from kicking ass. Ryan Garcia got his followers from YouTubers. There's a difference. So you want to be a YouTuber or you want to be a fighter? Tank is a fighter.
Oh, fuck. So Ryan Garcia's not a fighter? He's been fighting since he was 7 years old. He has 200 plus amateur fights. I don't care where his followers come from, and they come from fucking Mars. The fact is that Ryan's followers are selling this fight. And plus, don't you remember you fought YouTubers? Are you putting YouTubers down? You profited from them. I can't with you, dude. You're fucking dumbass. I can't wait. April 22nd, Ryan Garcia fucking knocking out Tank Davis.
De La Hoya and others argue that Mayweather may be seeking attention or money, pointing to his frequent media appearances and controversial statements as calculated moves to regain relevance. Since retiring, his career has centered on exhibition bouts, low-risk fights against YouTubers and MMA fighters, delivering massive profits with minimal...
Floyd is somebody since I'm 8 years old. This was my idol. It's a tremendous honor, but make no mistake, June 11th, I'm bringing bad intentions to that man, and I don't care if an exhibition or not. You signed to fight me, it's no quarter, so it's kill or be killed.
Another big event, I'm pretty sure it's going to be a crazy crowd, I'm pretty sure, but I've been here so many times, I've been fighting since 1987 to now, so I know what it takes when, at any level, so I'm just happy to be here.
I watched every one of his fights. I've never seen anybody throw combinations with the intent and the speed and the accuracy of that man, and I was captivated from that night on. So I've been Team Mayweather since I'm 9 years old, but like I said, when it's time to get to business, we're gonna get to business. So we're gonna fight.
I will continue to have fun entertained until I'm ready to say, you know what, enough is enough.
While Mayweather defends his exhibitions as harmless fun, purists argue they cheapen boxing and turn it into spectacle. Oscar de la Hoya singled out his bout with John Gotti III, labeling it embarrassing and damaging to his legacy. He urged Floyd to abandon such fights before causing irreversible harm to his reputation.
Floyd Mayweather fought another exhibition against Gotti last Saturday. A real the crowd booing in the arena at the end. But in the middle of the second round, Floyd literally had the referee swapped out. He didn't like that the referee told him to stop hitting behind the head. Floyd is used to having the refs do whatever he wants, and he wasn't getting his way this time. It was so embarrassing. Floyd, you're 50 years old. You're a legend in the sport. I've stood up for you in countless interviews, including Shannon Sharp's podcast last week. But you have to stop embarrassing yourself with these exhibitions. I know life is hard. I know life is expensive. But come on, dude, put your legacy first. Nobody wants to remember you like this. And it gets worse. Your jeweler filed a lawsuit against you in Miami. And many are saying you're gonna have to sell off your assets. I hate seeing this happen, bro.
Jimmy Kimmel reignited an old feud when he joked about challenging Floyd Mayweather to a reading test on air, a nod to 50 Cent's infamous dare for Floyd to read a page of Harry Potter. Clips of Mayweather stumbling over words have fueled persistent rumors about his literacy, though he dismissed the criticism by insisting reading doesn't define success. The controversy added to doubts about his credibility. Beyond that, Mayweather's legal history, marked by multiple arrests and convictions, stands in stark contrast to the polished, untouchable image he promotes. Fans and analysts continue to question how someone with so many red flags remains so publicly
Will Smith just publicly thanked Floyd Mayweather, but a lot of people are calling him out for that. And where it all began was right after Will Smith slapped Chris Rock at the Oscars, which Will Smith said almost ended his career. With Will Smith apologizing and getting a 10-year ban from the Oscars, and he said many celebrities would not return his calls. And the only exception was Floyd Mayweather, who called up Will Smith every day for 10 days straight. With Will Smith saying that the only reason Floyd Mayweather called was just because he wanted to make sure he was okay. And Will Smith said before that he only met Floyd Mayweather a couple times before, calling him an acquaintance, but now would call him a friend for life. But I don't think Will Smith should be saying this because Floyd Mayweather was arrested in 2002 for punching two women at his nightclub. And due to that, he had a 1-year suspended jail sentence in 2004. And then he was arrested again for assaulting a bouncer at a nightclub, getting another 90-day suspended sentence. Then was arrested for beating up his ex-girlfriend Josie Harris, which his son, when he was 10 years old, testified against his father, saying he was assaulting his mother. So Will Smith is not a bad guy, but clearly made a mistake at the Oscars, and it's not a good idea for him to go befriend Floyd Mayweather. Because life's ultimately about who you associate with, and with that, I'm Charles Peral. I hope you learned something.
Jimmy Kimmel reignited an old feud when he joked about challenging Floyd Mayweather to a reading test on air, a nod to 50 Cent's infamous dare for Floyd to read a page of Harry Potter. Clips of Mayweather stumbling over words have fueled persistent rumors about his literacy, though he dismissed the criticism by insisting reading doesn't define success. The controversy added to doubts about his credibility. Beyond that, Mayweather's legal history, marked by multiple arrests and convictions, stands in stark contrast to the polished, untouchable image he promotes. Fans and analysts continue to question
Investigative
how
sources
someone with so
revealed
many
that
red
many
flags
of the
remains
buildings
so
Mayweather
publicly
boasted
celebrated.
Not because he did a great job, but he's did it for himself, and it worked for him. But everybody now wants the Mayweather concept, because Mayweather made so much money, staying undefeated, waiting to the right time to fight Pacquiao, fighting the right people to fight at the right time. He monopolized the business. But the problem was, it only made him money, and the people he was fighting. It didn't make money for the whole sport. So what he did himself a great job, but it hurt the sport. Because not everybody wants to fight, stay undefeated. You understand me? Me, it's like when two guys get here, they gotta meet. Wait. They was here 5 years ago. They should have met. You understand me? Because now, we probably could have got 3 good fights out of it. You understand me? But because we waited too long, the problem what people don't understand is, tomorrow's not promised to nobody. Guess what?
That's all for today's video. Stay tuned for more.